Hey guys, Cassie from Neighbourhood here. I'm a digital strategist, and today I'm going to be running you through how to create a custom sales forecasting dashboard in HubSpot. The great thing about these dashboards is it can give sales managers so much more insights on their team, their processes, and allow you to make more data-driven decisions on how to hit your revenue targets. All right, let's get into it. When you're in HubSpot, the first thing we're going to do is take a moment and consider what it is that you actually want to see. Every business is different, so just take those few minutes just to consider what KPIs are you wanting to actually see? What properties do you need to be able to see that data? Maybe you want to see the activity that your team is doing and where all the deals are at and when they're due to close. When you take a moment to consider all of those key data metrics that you need, it makes it way easier to build your dashboard and go create any necessary reports. So before we do any of that, I'm going to head over to the deals, and I like to do the list version here, just so I can see all of the key data that I need. This step is all about enriching your data and making sure that you have the information required to actually have usable reports. So for example, I want to see the deal stages, the close dates, the amount on the deals, and the probability. But I also have a property in here for weighted amount, so I can better forecast how much revenue we're more likely to receive rather than the total amount. That's a HubSpot property that you can just add in yourself. And if there's any other missing properties in here that your team aren't populating, feel free to go create those properties and start getting the team to input data into those properties so you can start to use it. This step is really critical just to make sure your team are actually populating the data, but also you can just figure out what missing parts you have to go create. Once you've got that set up, we're going to move over to the dashboard section. So head down to reporting, then dashboards. If you don't have a dashboard set up already, this is where you go create your dashboard. Give it a name, choose which users need to have access to this dashboard, and pretty much go from there. Now, once you've got your dashboard set up, it's time to add in reports. Now hit add report and have a look at your saved reports. Chances are in your business, you already have some reports that would be useful to have on this dashboard. So have a look through and select any reports that are relevant and hit add to dashboard, and then choose the correct dashboard to add it on. Now, if you're missing reports and you need to create some, all you need to do is hit create report. And from here, you can either check if HubSpot already has a pre-built report that you can customize that's going to give you the data that you need, or you can create a custom report. Choose your data sources. And in this case, I'm going to do deals. And then from here, you can choose what type of chart that you want to create, the different filters that you need. So maybe I want to see how many deals my team haven't contacted. Or actually, here's a deal. Here's a report idea. Let's look at the next activity date. I'm going to add that over to filters. I want to know if there's any deals where the next activity date is unknown. So there's no planned activity on this deal. Oh, and I want to know that the deal stage is none of closed won or lost. So now I can choose the count of deals and then the deal owner. Now this shows me how many deals are open that have no planned activity in the future. And this would be a great report to actually see who's not following process, or if there's any deals that might slip through the cracks that could impact your revenue targets. Once you've set up your report, hit save, and it will give you the option to add to an existing dashboard. Whoop. Now let's say that you have created all the reports, you've added them onto your dashboard. Now what? I'm going to head over to the dashboard, and from here you can pretty much shuffle and move around, resize all of the different reports, so visually it makes sense and it's easy to have a look through and identify any of those bottlenecks that you're hunting for. The other thing that you can do while you're here is actually automate who receives updates on this dashboard. So hit the share button and choose email this dashboard. This is going to allow you to send this dashboard to your team on a weekly basis, daily basis, whatever you choose, and they can actually get that right in their inbox and see all the data that is important to them. From here, it's just a matter of testing, monitoring, and optimizing. So have a look through, start using it, and ask yourself, what's missing? What can you improve? Make some adjustments to your sales process. And is there any data that you're missing that you need to start collecting in order to get this dashboard giving you even more insights? That's it for now. If you do have any questions, chuck them in the comments and we'll get back to you. We're also going to put in a step-by-step guide in the description below, so you can do this in your own time. But other than that, happy HubSpotting.